we don't get any interruptions, myself included. And stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Welcome tonight. Our agenda is not too long tonight, but we'll start with Kelly, a roll call of the commission, please.
Audrey Beider.
Here.
Chris Burkhalter.
Here.
Wayne Daisy.
Here.
Lane Marshall.
Present.
Erica Fox.
Here.
We have a quorum. We're only missing Mr. Nail and Mr. Sedlak, so we may conduct business. Next is approval of the agenda. Does anyone have any corrections, alterations? If none,
I move to approve the agenda as submitted. Support.
we have a motion, we have support. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Motion carries. We have an agenda.
Excellent.
Next is approval of the February 19, 2026 meeting minutes, of which I noticed no changes, and kudos to you, Kelly. That was a little convoluted that night. Does anyone have any corrections, or did you already give them to Kelly, if there were?
I have none.
All right, none heard, then the motion is in order.
So moved.
Support.
Motion, support, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? None. Motion carries. Meeting minutes adopted. We have a call to the public now, limited to agenda items only. There will likely be spaces to speak also, but if anyone has something to say right now, come on up. Please state your name and address, and limit it to 3 minutes. I'm not going to put your timer on.
My name is William Cohn, that's Kohn, 12344 Shady Oak Drive. And I just found out last week about this whole deal with the data centers. And my concern is, are we gonna suck everybody's wells dry? Are we gonna turn off everybody's electricity in order for the data center to operate? Because a data center minimum is going to take 300,000 gallons a day. And then if it's untreated water, you're going to be putting hot water back into some place. Right to here, with this property right behind us, they would just go and suck into Silver Lake. Suck it out, put it back in hot, kills all the fish. Causes all the wildlife in the area to die. And then we also don't have electricity because they need enough electricity to power 1 million homes. So that means they need a nuclear plant. Well, since they go and they kill all the fish in Silver Lake, they can start taking people's property, eminent domain, because that's where they're going to put the power plant, the nuclear plant. If you need to know more about that, I have a brother who is a nuclear engineer, and he can tell you all about what's going to happen. That's it.
Thank you. I will address that briefly. If you did not see last meeting, there was a packet online. If you know where to get to that, you go to meetings and minutes, and then Planning Commission, and then there's a packet there. And we wrote and adopted last week an ordinance, some 15, 16 pages, to address all these concerns way ahead of time. We've limited, there's only some 4 or 5 places in the entire township where we will allow this to happen. Multiple rules about what we will allow to happen. No one has come to us yet to apply for anything like this. We're nipping this in the bud, okay? So we're on your side. We don't want any hysteria. We don't want any big problems. We don't want them coming in going, yeah, we're going to plant this right here. No, you're not. So we set it up pretty good. We did our best. We went over this multiple times. So you can go back to that packet from the last meeting, February
19th.
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 It will be online there, and you can read that entire ordinance that we wrote and adopted. Now, that has been sent to the township board.
And it was on the agenda last night, and it had its first reading, and it will be adopted on the first meeting in April.
Very good. We think we did pretty darn good with that. Okay, so we're on the same page as you. If it's gonna happen, we're gonna make sure it happens the right way.
There is no right way.
We understand, but this is also, we feel, in 10 years, they could be putting these up on satellites where they don't need any cooling because it's 300 below up there. And it could all change. So we've even addressed when this goes bad in 10 years and they move out, now they have to demolish their entire building and return the land back to as it was. And we have rules and regulations about the water discharge and all that, so.
And if they go bankrupt, there's no one to get to make.
Oh, no, but they gotta pay a bond ahead of time to cover the cost
Oh,
of bringing this back. So,
I would suggest it's reading our ordinance.
yeah, read the ordinance. It's informational. We went through it very carefully, so thank you for your comments, sir. Is there anyone else that would like to comment? Okay, that being said, we'll move on to business items. 7A, recommend approval or denial to the township board on the proposed update to section 38-171, accessory buildings, structures, and uses. Now this, again, we've been through pretty thoroughly with numerous iterations. Michelle, would you like to chime in with input?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, as you've mentioned, we've been through this several times, so I won't go through all of the changes. However, Mr. Marshall, of course, pointed out some things that need further attention. There was some ambiguity. So in addition to the red line version that you have in the packet, there's a couple other areas that we want to call attention to and make suggestions for how the language can be cleaned up. The first would be on that first page under section 4. Going to suggest that it states, to be clear, the regulation would stay the same. This is just to clean up the language to make it less vague.
Okay.
Recommending it be changed to no accessory structures shall be located between the front property line and the front facade of the principal structure on the lot. Effectively the same, but a little more clear. And then on the
Wait,
Oh.
back up for me, please. 4.
Item 4, yes.
Oh, accessory structure shall be located. How are you changing it?
no accessory structure shall be located between the front property line and the front facade of the principal structure on the lot. Basically, just not in the front yard.
Got it. Okay.
And then on the following page, before the table, we're looking at section 10 here. And that table, it regulates the number of accessory buildings that you can have based on the lot size.
Right.
But pools count as accessory buildings in the definition of Article 1. So we don't want to include pools in that table, so recommending to just change that statement in item 10 to no more than one detached accessory building except pools shall be permitted.
Okay.
And then Larry, I think you had a couple other, was there anything else substantive?
Back on item 3, it's similar to item 4. Back on page 1, item 3, detached accessory structures shall not be located in any required front yard. And I could not find a definition of what a required front yard is. And so if we can use the similar language that you just put in for item 4, that would probably address that issue. It's basically saying the same thing.
It is, yeah.
So let's,
In fact,
Shall not be located in any front yard.
I would say that statement is not necessary because of what is in item 4,
in item 4.
just that first sentence.
True,
Yeah,
true.
you could take that out
Sure.
and use the updated one, yes.
Oh, and then the other one that you noted was about the,
For the lot areas,
right.
back on item 10, no more than, this is the number of buildings, accessory buildings you can have. Talks about 5 acres and every additional 5 acres. The existing ordinance uses net lot area as opposed to just lot area, which causes me grief, but I would rather see it as gross lot area. I don't know, and Deborah, maybe you can address,
Difference, what's a net lot compared to gross?
you take off your easements.
I see.
You remove your easements.
I see.
For me, I remove a quarter of an acre off my property, which brings me under 10 acres.
Okay.
So obviously I want gross. But I'm not adding any more buildings, so it doesn't really matter, but. So we either need to put in there net lot area or gross lot area, because those are the two defined lot areas in our definitions up in the front.
Where is that, Larry?
Put both in?
No.
One
No,
or the other?
one or the other.
Right, okay, I
That's
thought
all.
you said put them both in. I
No.
So I would actually suggest gross lot area, because in the definition of gross lot area, it means the net lot area, including wetland areas, plus 1/2 of the area of the right-of-way directly adjacent to and abutting any side of an unplatted lot. So it would be easier to administer gross lot area, and it would also help you.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's typically on your lot description.
Right. Seeing nods from Deborah, who will be administering this.
Oh,
Okay. We'll be administering.
I'll take gross area. Maybe I
Okay.
will put another building up. No. I think those were my two finds, the pools. My wife caught this tonight at dinner.
Did your wife read the ordinance?
Oh, no. Oh, no, but we were talking about it, and she
Okay.
says, well, is the pool an auxiliary building? It's like,
Ah,
well, rats.
yes, it is, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So those were my comments.
So shall we
Any other
go over
comments?
this again later? Are there other comments to be had, or shall we, a motion to approve as,
Recommend approval?
recommend approval as amended?
If there,
I have some suggested motions.
Please.
Oh, they're on the table. Cool.
Oh, that one.
You have some suggested
Okay.
motions. Yeah, there they are. Cool.
we have to read all the whereases?
Yep.
No. There's another document.
Now therefore be it resolved.
So you have a resolution, and then there's accompanying it some suggested motions, so you don't have to read out the whole resolution.
Ah, there we go.
I didn't get all this. Now I got it.
Ah,
They're here.
We'll take it from
So-
Audrey.
We've got them, Deborah. We got 'em.
yeah. If there are no other comments on,
Yeah,
yes,
it was in front of, yeah.
yeah, I don't think you
found
got
it.
one. Maybe I stole
found it.
yours.
They maybe did. It's okay.
If there are no other comments, I would make a motion to adopt a resolution recommending approval to the Township Board of the proposed amendments to Section 38-171 of the zoning ordinance as presented and amended this evening.
Support?
Okay, let's do a roll call vote.
Blaine Hickey.
Yes.
Sarah Patel.
Yes.
Christopher Calvin.
Yes,
Larry Marshall.
Yes.
Audrey Bauer.
Yes.
motion made, seconded, approved, voted upon. Okay, that was one of our big ones for this year
Yep.
and half of last year. So, very good. Thank you, everybody. Okay, then we move on to item 7B, is site plan approval for SP 01-2026, located at 12639 Silver Lake Road. The property is zoned limited industrial, and size of the parcel is 2.180 acres. The parcel number 4716-11-400-041. So my understanding is that things have been brought into order. Lighting conditions have been changed to 3,500K. A dumpster enclosure has been designated its area and space, whether it's installed or not. I mean, a dumpster or not is not neither here nor there, but at least it's in the planning. I don't believe there was anything else that we had to address. Michelle,
You said it, Mr. Chair.
applicants, come on up. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else that we asked you for, right?
No, they're just those two items, right?
Yeah, it was the dumpster enclosure on the print, and then we would agree to drop it down to 3,500 Kelvin on
I'm sorry,
lighting.
please state your names, please,
Oh.
just for the record.
It's Chris Campbell.
Okay.
James Jackson, owner.
Okay. And so otherwise, everything looked good. I don't think we had any other big issues with this. We just postponed it for a
So
few
they could
details.
update the plans.
Yep, that's
Uh-huh.
correct, yep.
Okay, then, commissioners, any other concerns?
Approve, let's go.
It's your motion.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the site plan SP 01-2026, located at 12639 Silver Lake Road on parcel ID 4716-11-400-041, with the condition that the applicant address the outstanding items identified in the engineer's report dated January 28th, 2026.
Support.
We have a motion, we have support. Again, we'll do a roll call vote. Kelly?
Larry Marshall,
Yes.
Chris Burkhalter,
Yes.
Audrey Byers,
Yes.
Dwayne Dickey,
Yes.
Sarah Capel.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for working with us. All right, next item is discussion, item 7C. Discussion on proposed conditional rezoning, R02-2026, parcel number 4716-29-300-034, which is currently zoned as local business. The request is to rezone the property with conditions to limited industrial, LI. The property address is 10910 Whitmore Lake Road, Whitmore Lake, Michigan, 48189. So we've also been through this pretty well last time, and we've all, I'm sure, read the conditions that were presented and are being adhered to. Michelle?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the conditions begin on page 24 of the packet. This would run with the land. These conditions are offered voluntarily by the applicant. You can basically accept the rezoning with these conditions, or you would deny the rezoning request. You can't amend this list of conditions, but the state statute does permit them to voluntarily offer this. They're primarily limitations on the uses. They have prohibited uses that would otherwise be permitted in an LI, and so them or a future property owner would have to be bound by those conditions with that LI use. There's also operational limitations during, business hours and outdoor storage requirements, but they'll still have to go through site plan approval no matter what.
Of course.
And if there's a special use that they're applying for in the LI, they'll have to follow the special use permit.
Very good. Mr. Ward, you got this all figured out pretty good?
Yeah, I did. I kind of understood like the
You're happy with
direction
this?
where you don't want to, if you rezone it to LI, I don't have to put what I'm saying I put there. I could do whatever's allowed in LI, and you don't want that. I don't want that, and it's fine. So I went through a lot
we
of.
agree with what you want to
Yeah,
do with it.
right.
We just didn't want it to be a blank slate.
No, yeah, you're right. You didn't want it to be a blank slate, right? Yeah, compost, airports, dry cleaners, adult uses. I don't know. Just I took out some of the less glamorous items
I
that
don't know that you could use it for an airport anyway, but
I was thinking about it, but
heli landing, what size is it?
Yeah.
Over 20.
We've been through this, it's over 20. Yeah.
Right,
We've been through
yeah.
this.
Off the wetlands.
we do know it will not be an airport anymore.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
Enough golf balls flying around there right now.
yes.
Okay, commissioners, questions,
I have a
concerns?
question. So doing a conditional rezoning, apparently that seems to be the path that we're on. So what's the difference between conditional, and I asked Michelle this, what's the difference between conditional and spot zoning? Because we've been opposed to spot zoning before. Is this the same thing?
Well, no, because they're significantly limiting what can happen on the property. Spot zoning is, well, I mean, you're catering to one specific applicant, but they would be limiting it not just to fit exactly what they want, but so that a bunch of other uses could also not be possible. So rather than just saying, we will rezone this to fit your specific use, we say, okay, if you want this use, we're gonna limit all the other externalities that could present themselves by this potentially negative precedent of this rezoning. And also, it's not spot zoning because it does, even though the LI designation does conflict with the future land use, there are some other findings that the LI zoning does comply with. And, you know, we talked about it a little more at the last meeting about the pattern of the development in that area. So it's really just to protect you all from setting a negative precedent.
And so the uses, following uses shall be permanently prohibited on the subject property. Adult regulated uses, municipal waste treatment, municipal water treatment, commercial composting, airports or aviation, automobile body repair stations, central dry cleaning plants. I mean, this stays with the property.
I believe that I read that they can actually be added back, but I don't know if that's true, but you'd have to go back to the board and re-add them later. I
It would
don't know.
have to go through the same rezoning process.
They would be rezoning it to remove that restriction later,
I got it.
theoretically, if anybody wanted to
Yeah.
put an airport
Everybody
there.
wanted a dry cleaner there.
Or a dry cleaner, they would have to, right.
Well, and I think we agreed that it's not a especially good use for general business, you know, it's not visible, not,
Yeah,
You know,
it just doesn't really lend
it's
itself
kind of in
for
the
the
midst
local
of a bunch of
business.
things, and
It's kind of hidden.
and we make mistakes when we do master plans, or we look at a property and go, well, this should stay this. Well, all right. I think you found a pretty good use for it. Anybody else? Concerns, comments?
No, sir. We discussed this.
We discussed it last time pretty thoroughly, so,
Thoroughly.
okay, then a motion would be in order.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend to the Township Board for rezoning request RO2-2026 to rezone parcel number 4716-29-300-034, located at 10910 Whitmore Lake Road, from local business to limited industrial with the conditions offered by the applicant as presented at the March 5th meeting based on the following findings. The uses allowed under the LI zoning district would be compatible with other zones and uses in the surrounding area. The site is not within the wellhead protection area. The site would be served adequately by public services. The uses allowed under the LI zoning district would be equally or better suited to the area than the uses allowed under the local business zoning district. The condition or value of the property in the township or in adjacent communities would not be significantly adversely impacted by a development or use allowed under the LI zoning district with the conditions presented.
Very good. Is there support?
Support.
Sarah? Support. Okay, any discussion? Well read. That's a tongue twister. That's a tongue twister. Roll call vote, please, Kelly.
Audrey Byer,
Yes.
Sarah Patel,
Yes.
Wayne Jenkins,
Yes.
Larry Marshall,
Yes.
Chris Burkholder.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you,
job.
guys.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, see you soon.
Thanks for working with
Yep,
us.
thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys.
All righty. That finishes business. reports, the chairman's report, I would like to encourage everyone to go to that Michigan Township Association website and add in your signatures. I don't believe it's too late. I've done so. The state is trying to take away our local regulation of
Property.
a lot of building, land use planning for, in their statement, it's for affordable housing, but like House Bill 5581 wants to make it so that we can't regulate any size less than 500 square feet,
Yeah.
which is about the size of half of my garage. And you could build a house that small, I suppose.
You can,
You can.
Yep.
tiny home.
Can be done, House Bill 5582, mobile homes allowed in any residential area. House Bill 5583, setbacks reduced to 15 feet. 5584, duplex allowed in any single-family residential area. Instead of a single-family home, it could be a duplex. Accessory dwellings is 5585. It goes on. I contacted my representative, so it depends on exactly where you live, but Ann Bolin, and their office said that she opposes these bills as written, so that's a good sign. I contacted Lana Tice's office, and I just got voicemail, but I left pretty much the same message that I posted. So anything that people can do to keep the state from telling us how our township should be built would be fantastic.
Where is the thing to sign located?
It's on your email. It was sent by the Michigan Townships Association through our Outlook email.
I did call both representatives as
Okay,
well.
but there is a link right there where, and it just states, it asks for your full name and your title, so Planning Commissioner, Green Oak Charter Township, and
Okay.
so anything that we can all do. I think they have already some 1,600 signatures or something, so. That's my report. I would encourage that because we like to keep our township, we all understand the need for affordable housing, but,
Absolutely.
you know, we don't want them telling us what
That's
that's
not the way
supposed
to
to
do
look
it.
like.
That's not the way to do it.
So next would be our Township Board Representative. Michael's not here tonight. Next would be our Zoning Board of Appeals Representative. Sarah, do you have anything to add?
No, again, we have not had a meeting, but we will have one on 3/17, and we have one applicant.
Okay, in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Planning Consultant. Michelle, do you have anything more?
I believe we may have mentioned this at the last meeting, but the joint meeting with the board is April
Yes,
15th.
April 15th,
Oh,
6
no, I-
6 PM,
Yes.
Wednesday.
Glad I mentioned it. Yes, so mark
Yes.
your calendars.
Thank you. So,
We'll see you before then. We'll have a meeting on the 19th.
right, Wednesday, April 15th,
In this room.
Yep.
Titanic Day. Right.
Big check
Look.
And write a big check day, yep. Correspondence, Deborah, do you have anything else? Call to the public again for anything? Anyone would like to speak?
No
Please.
comment for the record, but can someone spend just a couple minutes with me after the meeting to clarify a couple things about the map and where the potential areas might be for a
Certainly.
demand?
Certainly.
You know,
You talk to Deborah, or I should have a printout myself, so.
maybe.
Okay, then that being said, we'll adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Well done.